We had done about 20 or so short films, and in the final short film, with an ensemble of cast and crew, I just as a joke said we should make a feature next.
Oh, what's the matter? Got the morning chunders?
I had an accident, all right? I feel sick. Had to change. Now fuck off.
Oh, did you cack yourself?
God, get out of my way.
Oh, you did too, didn't you? Poor, you stink.
I'm sick of your filth.
Hey, look, your arm's bleeding.
Shut up.
No, seriously.
Shut up!
No, your arm's... Oh my God.
And everyone was so excited and happy, and they said, yeah, okay, let's do it. And I'd had a feature film script written based on a novel, which actually has about 3 different feature films in it. And so the following year we decided to start production on Prisoner Queen.
I've eaten fish better looking than some of these guys.
At Q&A, me and Tristan would get there before 9 o'clock so we could avoid the queue that went all the way down Gertrude Street. We'd sit at the bar and pollute our lungs with cigarettes and rape our bloodstream with beer. Tristan would then make us stand near the entrance, just so he could make a bitchy remark about every single person that walked into the joint.
Have you met Sam? Oh, hi. Sam, Alex. Alex is the guy I told you about.
And when we ran out of money, Dizzy and I would run around the place stealing other people's drinks and cigarettes, while Tristan stole other people's boyfriends.
From memory, Prisoner Queen seemed to go on forever, whereas Nancy was about a week and a bit. So Prisoner Queen was shot in blocks. So we'd do like a week block in September, then a week block in October, and then a week block in whenever the month was. It had to do with availability of actors. So there was a whole block that we just filmed in the cafe, a block where we filmed all Jude Curring scenes, a block with Matt scenes from memory. So it had to do with locations and availability of the actors who were involved. Well, I went to acting school a long time ago, so a lot of the people I went to school with or worked with in TV shows and that sort of thing in the last century. And yeah, so I think the ensemble in Prisoner Queen and Nancy, which is Michael, I went to drama school with them. I went to Polly Stanton, went to school with her, and Tanya and Heath, we went to drama school together. I knew Jude Curring, who played Nolene Burke in Prisoner in 79, 80, something like that. She was a recurring character, and she was quite popular, and Prisoner had been re-screening late at night, and her character became a bit of a cult with the audiences because it just maintained its authenticity. Because, I mean, if you go to prison, you're really going to see someone like, Nolene Burke in there. And I reconnected with her in 2000 and told her about the story. She said, send me the script. So I did, and she said, I'll come down and do it. And that was that.
You want butterfly steak? I get you butterfly steak.
Yeah, go on, fuck away. Look, you don't even understand.
Oh, what are you staring at? No, we're just camping out, darling. We're Deros. Keep camp. Where you go. Bye.
They're just funded from different areas, self-funding and private funding. Most of the screenplays are written over a long period of time. Nancy, I think, was initially a play, and so that was written when I was still at drama school and acting school, and then that sort of sat there for about 10 years, and then I adapted it for film, and of course, that didn't take long. And so most of them have sort of, they sit there for quite a while, if not years. We'd pretty much completed filming production on Prisoner Queen, but the post-production hadn't been totally complete. And so the Nancy script was ready and waiting there in the interim period. So because all the cast were just around, we started rehearsing Nancy, and we actually rehearsed it as a play.
It's got a tang to it.
Oh my God, she's insane. You're despicably insane. You've got to let us go. You've got to let us out of here, you horrible, horrible woman.
I shan't. And I'm not a horrible, horrible woman. My name's Nancy, if it's all the same with you. And I'm living here. This is now the residence of Nancy, and you two are merely part of her decor.
And then it came time to actually just start shooting it. And we had pretty much just wrapped Prisoner Queen at the time. So both of them were being in post-production at the same time. From memory, I think we actually shot Matt Thomas's scenes, his scene where he sings The Eighth Wonder and Nancy Nancy, and as Miss Chrissy where he sings Burnt Unicorn. They were actually in the same evening. So, you know, 1 minute he was a transvestite and the next minute he was an angel with a mohawk.
Who is this woman? Who is this monster? Who is this killer? Who is this wanderer?
I kind of believe that a theme song or a song in a movie is actually part of the script and actually is part of the screenplay, and it aids the narrative as such. So when I'm actually writing the screenplay, the ideas of songs and that sort of thing are part of it. So with Prisoner Queen, I worked with Matt Thomas and Andy Vendy, who they were both in the Mavises, and Matt was the lead singer. Of course, he's also in the film, and Andy Vendy was the drummer. And so she actually came up with a couple of the songs, and Matt and I co-wrote Burnt Unicorn. And prior to writing Burnt Unicorn, we both worked together and doing the songs for Nancy Nancy, because we were working on it at the time and rehearsing. And I said to Matt that I want to have at least 3 different songs. So we got together over some sake and wrote some songs during that rehearsal period. It was also, writing that was also part of sort of working together and rehearsing and putting together a sort of production as such. Coronel Bay, which is East Gippsland, I think, which is on your way to Phillip Island. And just Coronel Bay. So we stayed at a house there for about a week. Went down there on a Wednesday night, started shooting, and came back on a Monday or Tuesday. And so I think the 3 main cast went down there from the word go. And Matt joined us on the Saturday, and then Tanya and Heath joined us on the Saturday night, I think. Or we did all Tanya's scenes on the Saturday. She went home, and I think we did, Heath's scenes then. Took both of them to festivals. Nancy Nancy did really well in the United States, surprisingly, and it screened in a lot of sort of independent and underground film festivals there. It won an award in Atlanta, Best Comedy Feature, and I really can't remember the other places it screened. It didn't screen in Australia. Prisoner Queen, same thing, sent off to a lot of festivals in the UK, Germany, New Zealand, Sweden, and the UK, and Ireland. It was at the Irish Film Institute, have a cinema there, and it did really well there.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?